Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give our praise and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Kakadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and elders of the great millstone for teaching me the truth, 100% securely. I'd like to give a salutation to the Akim and Aqua for listening and studying to show ourselves approved. It's your brother Bayan from the Tulsa, Oklahoma, Hebrew Israelite Camp, coming back to you with another quick lesson. And it's pretty much just a quick lesson based on an article that the brother Sapai actually posts on his community tab. And, I just wanted to briefly go into this article, which is ultimately, this is the MOTB, that RFID and this is nothing more than a psyop because they will force this on every individual. This is the future prophecies of Yahweh Shem Yahushua, with specifically Revelation 13 and 16. Okay? And, you know, in the title right here, they saying, they're outraged. All right, it sparked. Well, let's go ahead and read it. It says, the outrage sparked over company requiring employees to be microchipped with official calling to make it a felony. Okay, so this is nothing more than a psyop, all right? Because they're working to do that. Okay, they're going to force and cause us all, both small, rich, and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand and in their forehead. Okay, so just pretty much be not ignorant of Satan's devices. What will be played out in this situation, because they're having they're what's the word, lack of better term, that this is pretty much just an article that just gonna make people feel like they care. All right, for lack of a better word, they feel like making the people feel like they care, and they're gonna say that they're gonna push the law, but really they ain't got nothing to do with it. They're not. Okay, because the politicians who pushing the law, they're controlled by Esau Edom, the elite bankers anyway. Okay, so if the elite bankers is not going to fund that law, okay, then it's going to happen. All right, so just reading on in this article, and it says some companies are said to have been controversially microchipping their employees in the U.S. All right, it said the practice could soon become a felony in Alabama, though, as an entire microchipping bill is being introduced by 3 states Democrats. They said the bill aimed to make it illegal for companies to require their employees to have microchip inserted. These microchips are usually inserted in human hands. They can act as passing to open door or allow you to log in to computer. Some even let you buy things from vending machines. The practice is said to improve security and make it harder for criminals to hack into private data. Okay, which ultimately this is how they're going to advertise it right here, because it's very sentence right here, because it said the practice is said to improve security and make it harder for criminals to hack into private data. Okay, so they're going to use that in commercial. Okay, and they're going to say you can't if you get this MOTB in your hand or in your forehead, you don't have to worry about identity theft. Okay, it's something going to be along that line. You don't have to worry about losing your car key anymore. Okay, if you have a disability, well, we can help you walk again. Okay, if you're paralyzed, we can help you walk again. uh if you're prone to being sick, we can catch it early. Okay, all of these things are going to come along with enticing you to get that MOTB. Okay, so reading on, it said, according to the NBC 15 News, Wisconsin-based Three Square Market shipped 100 employees in 2017. All right, and I remember doing a lesson about that, because I knew about certain states that actually had companies that were practicing about that. Okay, the apostles and elders of the great millstone, and my brothers Tay Yasharal and Kadar Sahan, we've been speaking about this for quite a while now. Jeremiah Gabar, we've been speaking about this. Uh, right here it says several companies in Sweden are also said to have chip theft as well. Okay, not only Sweden, you got some companies in China as well too, who who actually have the head MOTBs, CHIP, RFID CHIP. And it said Democratic Representative Palm Chestnut, Anthony Daniels, and Kelvin Lawrence are introducing the anti-microchip bill in Alabama. They want to prevent people from being forced to get a microchip in order to work somewhere. Okay, so that's ultimately that's the prophecy right there. Revelation 13 and 16. All right. And it said the group hasn't revealed any businesses in Alabama that are forcing workers to get microchip. Representative Chestnut said they're being presumptuous. They are urging people to consider the ethical and constitutional implication of technology requiring staff to have microchip is already banned in states like Indiana and California. Okay, and I remember doing a lesson about that, Indiana and California. Let's see, here go another article right here that just popped up. We go ahead and click on that, and then we pretty much going to read script that's all about, which is Revelation 13 and 16. This is the title of this article right here that just popped up right here. It said, "Prepare to be tracked. Digital real IDs marked with a gold star may be mandatory soon to access basic necessities." All right, see, and there you go. So let's read on. It said in 2005, Real ID Act, which required U.S. citizens to present more than just a basic driver's license to board domestic flight, was initially scheduled to take effect on May 3rd, 2023. Uh-oh. Now, I'll read that again. Okay, in 2005, Real ID Act, which required U.S. citizens to present more than just a basic driver's license to board domestic flight, was initially scheduled to take effect on May 3rd, 2023. Okay, and that's just about 4 months from now. All right, so we also got to keep in mind that Elon Musk, okay, is going to have uh the human Neuralink trial in the month of June. So this is back to back. Okay. However, all right, reading on in the article, it said, however, after many years of delay, the Department of Homeland Security had postponed the enforcement deadline by an additional 2 years. As a result, travelers will now have until May 7, 2025 to obtain the necessary updated document. The Real ID was a response to the recommendation made by the 9/11 Commission. Officially, this act aimed to enhance the security and the accuracy of state-issued identification documents through collaboration between the state and the federal government. Real ID compliance cards are marked with a gold star at the top of the card. Soon, a Real ID may be mandatory for boarding a commercial flight. The Real ID may also be a requirement for accessing secure buildings, though the specific location have not been specified yet. It could range from Capitol buildings to public schools and even public gathering places. So ultimately, this is going into that B system that they're getting ready to set up. All right, so that's pretty much it. I don't want to continue on reading this article. Matter of fact, I'm gonna keep reading down because I just seen another example. Hold on. All right, so reading on, going back to where I just started off at, they say Real ID Act had been introduced to the Federal Register on January 28, 2008, sparked widespread concern over 21,000 comments posted in response. The overarching fear was that the program, despite its initially good intention, could become a tool for surveillance and tracking, holding sensitive personal information and record for each individual and a national digital identity database. Some comments warned that the Real ID could become a mandatory requirement for all aspects of American life, with potential consequences beyond its original purpose, including control over gun ownership and marijuana use. The ID could be necessary for everyday tasks such as air travel, banking, accessing government benefits like Social Security and Medicaid. Okay, so let's read on. Let's jump down to where I seen that RFID microchip. Okay, all right. It says the concern was also raised that the ID card could create a divide between those who possess it and those who don't. There you go. Okay. And it says leading to mistrust and suspicion toward the latter group. All right. So they have a right to be concerned about that. So we can actually go read this. Let's get Revelation 20 and 4. Because this is gonna happen. This is gonna be that different between those who get it and those who don't. Okay, let's read this comment again right here. The paragraph is it said the concern will also raise that the ID card could create a divide between those who possess it and those who don't, leading to mistrust and suspicion towards the latter group. Okay, so those who get it and those who don't. Okay, so this is the future prophecies for those who don't get it. Revelation 20 and 4. And I saw thrones, and they sat upon them, and judgment was given unto them. And I saw the souls of them that were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua, and for the word of the Most High, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither have received his mark upon their forehead or in their hand, and they live and reign with Hamashiach 1,000 years. Okay, so those who don't get it is going to be persecuted, okay, as opposed to those who do get it. All right. So those who do get it are going to be a part of this beast system that they're setting up. Okay. So, and that's uh another reason why you should avoid those other group who keep saying that the mark of the beast, okay, is sin, or the mark of the beast is sleeping with white women. Okay, the mark of the beast is the mark of Cain. All right, the mark of the beast is the spiritual mark. All of those things besides the RFID because that's what the mark of the beast is, the RFID. Okay, so those individuals that run around saying what the mark of the beast is besides the RFID microchip, the RFID those are the ones you must. Those are the false prophets that's among the nation of Israel. Okay, those are the ones that Esau Edom have set up because they want to cause us all, both small and great, rich and poor, to receive a mark in their right hand or on their forehead. Okay, they're pushing for that Revelation 13 and 16. Okay, and these are the things that they're setting up. Okay, so let's read on in this article. It says here some of the main concern people have raised about the mass adoption of Real ID. It is used advanced facial recognition. Number one, it's used advanced facial recognition technology. They already doing that. Uh, by the cameras and stuff. The Real ID Act grant permission for facial recognition technology to be utilized and leave room for further future requirement to be imposed. Okay, so they actually doing that now with their cameras out on the road. Okay, this could entail the collection of sensitive information such as DNA sample, retinal scan, or even RFID CHIPs that monitor American movement. The legislation is written in a manner that enables authorities to demand the citizen that obtain a real ID and then later demand additional requirement in order to maintain it. You see that? So this is total control. All right, so that's pretty much enough of this article. Let's go, just go ahead and get into the scripture, which is we can actually start at Revelation 13, and we go ahead and read verse 11. And it says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. Okay, there's two horns like a lamb, and he spake as a dragon. It's pretty much a politician. Okay, the Republicans and the Democrats. All right, because when you read the first article, it was saying how the Democrats, this first article right here, it was saying how the Democrat is trying to create a anti microchipping bill. Okay, and then you got the Republicans. You know, they doing what they want to do on their side. But either way, they spake like a dragon, which is that dragon was pretty much that old serpent in the Garden of Eden, but it grew into the dragon because they learned how to spread lies throughout the whole world, just like the serpent did Eve back in the beginning. Okay, so Revelation 13 and 12, and it says, and he exercised all the power of the first beast before him, and caused the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. You see that? And he calls it the first beast. So the first beast was that the first Roman Empire that was fell, and then America is a revived Roman Empire. Okay, how you can tell by just simply looking around you. We're still worshiping things that pertaining to that old Roman Empire, like the days of the month. Okay, the days of the month that we follow. That's basically off of Roman gods. Okay, you can actually look this up on your own, but that's the holidays, the pagan holidays. All of these come from those Roman ideologies. All right, Revelation 13 and 13. And it says, and he doeth great wonders, so that he maketh fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. Verse 14, and he deceived them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles. By the means of those miracles, if you get this RFID you're going to you're not going to have to worry about identity theft. Okay, if you can't walk, you'll be able to walk again. If you're prone to getting sick, we'll catch it before you get sick, and so on and so forth. Okay, so reading that again from the top, and he said, in the well, Revelation 13 and 14. And he said, and he deceived them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles, which had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak, and cause that many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Okay, so if you refuse that mark, you will be killed. Okay, or you'll be persecuted. All right, they're gonna try you, throw you in a prison, so on and so forth. Revelation 13 and 16. And he caused us all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bound, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their forehead. Verse 17. And that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of the man, and his number is 600 6. Okay, 600 6. Okay, so that mark, that charagma, okay, which is pretty much the barcode on that RFID That's the barcode of that small little thing that's the small as a grain of rice. That's the barcode for it, is the 666. Okay, that's the number of the man. All right, and you ultimately worshiping the beast when you take that charagma, okay, that mark, okay, and actually when you go into the meaning of mark, okay, the Greek word for mark is charagma, okay, which means a stamp, an imprinted mark, a mark stamped on the forehead or the right hand, as the badge of the follower of the anti-Hamashiach, which is there more than one anti-Christ, okay? We read 1 John 2 and 18, where it ultimately speak about that, all right? The second definition, the mark branded upon horses, okay? So this is pretty much, you receive that, you're going to be pretty much a servant to the beast. Things carved out, culture, graven work of idolatrous images, all right? So this is pretty much don't get that mark. Okay. So we go over to the next chapter, Revelation 14 and 9. So the RFID is the mark of the beast. Okay. So if you receive that mark, you will be destroyed. Thus said the Lord Yahweh Shem Yahushua. So to prove that, Revelation 14 and 9. Yeah, Revelation 14 and 9. Really, you can read the whole chapter, but the point, just stick to the point. Revelation 14 and 9, it said, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast in his image and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand. Okay? That Greek word for receive is labano, and it says to take. All right? To take with the hand, lay hold of any person or thing in order to use it. Okay? To take up a thing to be carried, to take upon oneself. All right? So anybody receive that mark. Okay? So that's the point right there. To receive that mark. So Revelation 14 and 9 again from the top, and it said, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, all right, in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angel and in the presence of the Lamb. And the smoke of their torment ascended up forever and ever, and they have no rest day nor night who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receive the mark of his name. All right. And that same word for mark is the Greek word charagma on both Revelation 14:11 and Revelation 14:9. Okay. It's the same mark, the same Greek word. It's charagma. Okay. So, you can get another one, which in the book of yeah, you can read 16 and 1. All right, Revelation 16 and 1, which is another thing that will happen to the individual that received that mark. Okay, Revelation 16 and 1, it says, and I heard a great voice out of the temple saying to the seventh angel, go your way and pour out the vials of the wrath of the Most High upon the earth. And the first went and poured out his vial upon the earth, and there fell a newsome and grievous sore upon the men which had the mark. Okay, the same word for mark is charagma in Revelation 16 and 9, the same Greek word, which had received the mark of the beast, and upon them which worship his image. Okay, so not only are you going to be destroyed by that nuclear fire, which was read about in 14 and 9, but you're going to see some individuals that are going to have a grievous sword. Okay, that grievous sword is the Greek word for that is paneros, which is basically bad of a bad nature of or condition, in a physical sense disease or blind, in an ethical sense evil, wicked. Okay, so yeah, there you have it right there, because it says in a physical sense disease or blind. All right, so it might cause some people to be blind, or it might cause people to have a disease. Ultimately, having technology within or around your body can cause cancer. Okay, all of those things, so on and so forth. So that's what that grievous mark what it's going to cause. All right, that's pretty much it right there. Let me go ahead and pretty much, yeah, that's pretty much it. All right, so you see the prophecy. So if anybody get that mark, they're going to be destroyed. Okay, ain't no way around it. So the RFID is the mark of the beast. All right, so Lord willing, this was edifying, man. So Lord willing, because this is also wake up call. All right, because I even had Jake that, Jake would say, man, if they force me, we're gonna have to get it, which ultimately pretty much show that lack of faith. All right, so just focus on the elect, and this is why we do this video epistles again. So do not get that RFID CHIP. No matter what, no matter how much calamity affliction that Esau even put on to you, you know, how about me outside is gonna make a way. All right. He's gonna give you the strength to deliver yourself out of there. All right. In fact, we can actually end off with Revelation 2:10. All right, so Revelation 2:10, it said, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee the crown of life." All right. So the devil is going to afflict those who refuse that mark. All right, and refuse the mark in their forehead, and so on and so forth. And you got to be faithful until y'all about to be outside. Don't be those faint-hearted, just like the Jake. Because, I had a Jake that told me, man, if they force that, you going to get that mark, bro. But this is your advice, man. Choose to die before you even get that mark. All right. That way you won't be on the bad side of you. How about some outside? It's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power. Okay, so Lord willing, I hope this lesson was edifying. And with that, I'm gonna give all praise and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Kakadash. I want to give double honor to the apostles and the elders of the great millstone for teaching me the truth 100% securely. Shalom, DTA, Abba, Kwame Yasharala.